What do you do if the power suddenly goes out? Of course, you can light some candles. That's always cozy. But what if you actually need electricity? For example, it's a bit difficult to record my videos here by candlelight, even though it does create a different kind of atmosphere. But luckily, there's another solution. This here is the Allpowers R1500, a power bank that can deliver up to 1800 watts through 4 230-volt outlets, and for example, it can easily power the spotlights here in my little studio. It has a built-in lithium iron phosphate battery with 1152 watt-hours, and in addition to the 4 230-volt outlets, it also has 2 USB-A ports, each capable of delivering up to 18 watts, and 2 USB-C ports that can each deliver up to 100 watts, so you can easily charge your laptop. And it also has 2 wireless chargers up here on the top. If you need a good old-fashioned 12-volt car cigarette lighter socket, like in your car, well, there's one over here too. So basically, you have access to all the power you need. It can fast charge from 0 to 80% in just 45 minutes from a regular power outlet. It can function as a UPS or emergency power system, and you can also connect it directly to solar panels, so you can be 100% independent of external power sources. And if you need power for a longer period, the R1500 has built-in expansion ports where you can connect up to 3 extra batteries, giving you up to 4,600 watt-hours of capacity. So let's take a closer look at how you can use it in practice. One of the things you might do to pass the time when the power is out is to watch a good movie or a good series. But how on earth do you manage that when your router is off because there's no power? Well, here I've connected my TV and my Apple TV, which is down here in the corner, directly to the R1500. And then on the Apple TV, I went into the network settings and connected it to my iPhone 16 Pro, which of course is placed on the wireless charger on top of the R1500, so it doesn't run out of power along the way. And that means I basically have internet access via my phone, my TV is running, and I can go in and stream, for example, my latest video about the Kia EV3. And it works perfectly well without any problems. If I feel like charging my laptop while I'm watching a movie, I can just connect it to one of the USB-C outputs here, and that's no problem either. Right now, the machine is drawing 122 watts, and it says I have power for over 5 hours, even though I only have 65% battery left. So I can easily sit and stream movies all day if I want to. But what if I want some popcorn while I'm watching my movie? Well, luckily I can just use my microwave with the R1500 too. Most modern electrical appliances have what's called a Schuko plug, and those are the same plugs that are on the front of the R1500 here. So I can just plug it straight into here. And then all I have to do is just throw my microwave popcorn into the microwave. And set it for, it's usually 2 minutes and 30 to 50 seconds, like that. And then it starts popping, and the R1500 can easily handle that load too. I can see that right now, it's drawing about 1300 watts in total, and with 64% battery left, there's enough power stored to keep this running for about half an hour. So that's more than enough time to make all my microwave popcorn. And now, the popcorn's ready. Ooh, they're pretty hot. Fresh popcorn for the movie. As I mentioned earlier, you can also use the R1500 as a so-called UPS, uninterruptible power supply, or an emergency power system. And you do that by placing it between the 230-volt outlet and the devices you want to protect. So here, I've plugged the R1500 itself into the 230-volt socket, and then I've connected my monitor and my Mac Mini to the R1500 so they're getting power from it. If you can hear a bit of noise, it's because the fan is running in the R1500. It was down to under 60% power, so it's also currently charging the battery. That naturally generates a bit more heat. When it reaches 100%, it shouldn't be quite as noisy. But now let's see if it's actually fast enough to detect when the power goes out and just keep supplying power to my Mac Mini and my monitor. I mean, I could be sitting here editing in Final Cut, and it would be pretty unfortunate if the power went out and all my work was lost. To simulate a power outage, I'm basically just going to unplug the R1500 and see what happens. So let's try that right now. I'm unplugging it here. And the computer? Well, it's still running as if nothing happened. That's pretty clever. I've just moved outside because one of the cool things about Allpowers power banks is that they also make portable solar panels. This video is recorded in February, and in Denmark this isn't exactly the best time to test solar panels. First of all, January and February are the months when solar panels generally generate the least amount of power, and at the same time, it's cloudy most of the time. But I can still show you how they work. Allpowers makes solar panels in 3 sizes, 200, 400, and 600 watts, and the R1500 can handle up to 600 watts. This is the smallest package with 200-watt solar panels. And the truly clever and ingenious thing is that on the very back here, you have direct and immediate access to the various cables, which you can conveniently connect to the portable power bank, and then you can basically just effortlessly unfold them, like this, in a very simple and straightforward manner. And there are these legs on the back, so you can angle them at 45 degrees. Now let me just get the cable sorted out. Now I have the solar panels ready to deliver power via the plug here. And you can plug that directly into the R1500 here on the side, and then it should start charging right away. And now it is. Right now the solar panels are only delivering 16 watts, so it's going to take quite some time to charge it up. But these are probably the absolute worst conditions possible. If you're going on a camping trip or just generally outside during the summer and need power, well, then you can charge your R1500 directly from the sun, making you completely independent of power from the grid. If you now feel like getting your own power bank, the best place to buy Allpowers products is through their European website. They have a much larger selection than what you can find in most other web shops. And when you buy directly from Allpowers, you also get a 5-year warranty. You just need to register your product once you've received it. They ship from Germany, so delivery only takes a few days, and if you use the code TV10, you'll get an extra 10% discount when you order, even on items that are already on sale. I've put a link to their website down in the description, where you can also see the current prices. See you soon!